Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Jan Moses, back here with my final God Squad lineup update video for NBA 2K25, my team. I don't really make a lot of these lineup update YouTube videos unless I'm making one for salary cap, and so I figured now that we spent a decent amount of MT both in the 800k MT pack opening that I uploaded yesterday, which hopefully you guys were able to check out, and in the shopping spree that I went on late last night. Looking forward to showing you guys who we ended up picking up from the auction house to play a couple of King of the Court games today, maybe a couple of Showdown games tomorrow if I have any time. But I wanted to show you guys my lineup for two main reasons. One, because again, I never really make these lineup update videos. I feel like I didn't really ever use my main squad this year outside of, towards the end of NBA 2K25 over the last couple of months. I had been playing more King of the Court, but even then, I didn't really feel like showing you guys what my lineup looked like because I didn't spend my MT on packs, and outside of a couple of Hall of Fame box openings, I didn't ever put money into the game to get VC to spend on promo packs. So for those two reasons, I never really had a top end lineup compared to other people's top end lineups. Like the best players in my lineups were usually like one or two overalls or one or two tiers behind the top tiers in the game at that current time. So I never really wanted to make lineup update videos because I kind of felt bad. I think one of the last ones I had made like months ago, one or two people commented being like, "This is your God Squad," which is crazy because, like, when I would play Showdown, when I would play King of the Court, I would usually have like a decent win-loss record, nothing crazy, but like it wasn't bad. Like my lineups would work for me, and that's part of the reason why I never felt the urge to spend my MT. But it was also a valid criticism, right? Like I'm calling it a God Squad, but it's a God Squad for my standards, not for maybe some of your guys' standards who, had better players than me throughout the year. But now I feel pretty confident I have some of the best players in the game because I saved my MT. I spent 800k of it in a pack opening that hopefully you guys watched yesterday, where we ended up packing Kristaps, Porzingis, Shaq, and Dirk. Yeah, these three cards are absolutely awesome. I'm gonna probably keep all these cards because I think they're gonna all sell for like 200 to 300k at most, and I'd rather keep them because they have that original owner sticker. And again, as someone that doesn't really open packs that have auctionable players in them, it's kind of rare for me to have players in my collection or in my lineup that are not Series 1 who have this original owner sticker. So that for me is kind of cool, given that we have less than 3 weeks to go until NBA 2K26 my team. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, when it comes to me showing off my lineup and stuff like that, is I wanted to show you guys, again, I talked about that shopping spree I went on, and I wanted to talk about why I went on that shopping spree really quickly. I'm just now realizing it is 1:07 p.m. King of the Court started almost 10 minutes ago now. I went on a shopping spree because last night, after I wrapped up my last recording for the day, I was watching a couple of different people stream their own pack openings, and they were spending 2 to 3 million MT, if not more. And in both of those pack openings, I didn't see any Yao Mings, any Victor Wembanyama's. I think the best player I saw was GOAT LeBron, who I think is going for like 800 to 900k MT still. Let's take a look and see. He's currently at 605. Okay, I think these are being bid up by bots, maybe 605, 634 for both of them. Very sus. But anyways, that was the best pull that I saw. I didn't see any Wembies. I didn't see any Yao Mings. Those two cards I think are still going for over 2 million MT. We can take a look at what Wemby's going for really quickly. Excuse me. Okay, Wemby's at 1.76 million MT, but there's still 14 minutes left on his bid. We'll see what he ends up going for, I guess, or maybe not. I don't know if we're going to be recording this video for another 14 minutes, but he's still like probably close to 2 mil. Yao Ming is 1.36, so maybe he's a little less. I'm contemplating potentially picking up Yao Ming, but I have his 100 overall. I got lucky enough to get him out of a locker code pack. Don't really feel the need to go out and get him. But I ended up buying players from the auction house who I wanted because I saw how bad the pack odds were. Like, the tail end of my 800k MT pack opening was really, I don't want to say frustrating, but it was a bit of an eye opener is what I'm trying to say. In terms of like, I really got the sense that after getting over pulling Shaq and pulling Porzingis, that the pack odds are still heavily weighted towards you getting the same 4 to 5 players for the majority of your GOAT shakes. You're going to see Oscar Robertson, Penny Hardaway, Larry Bird, Joel Embiid, and Steph Curry more often than not, right? So if you take a look at these GOAT packs that you can buy with MT right here, it says you have 25% odds at getting a GOAT card. And my initial thought when I saw this was, wow, this is better than double the percentage that we had for odds to get a GOAT player in NBA 2K24 My Team, because last year we had 12% odds at getting a GOAT card out of every box. So, on the surface, that looks really nice. But what 2K has done a great job of is figuring out a way to hide how bad their odds are for getting the players that you want by, they don't have to say here what the odds are for getting a GOAT Wemby. All they have to do is show what the odds are for you getting a 100 plus rated player. And again, in these packs, you can only get GOAT cards if you get a player that's above a Galaxy Opal, right? Because any card that you get Galaxy Opal and below is going to be a Gems of the Game card. But any slow shake that you see in these packs, it's going to be a GOAT player, and which is great because, again, 25% odds. But of those 25%, 90% of the time you're going to get one of those 5 players that I mentioned, which is really frustrating. And again, watching those pack openings, in videos and streams yesterday, on top of what I saw, in my own experience opening up 800k MT worth of packs, I thought, before I spend too much MT on packs, let me go out and bid on cards who I want to use, because last year we didn't have an auction house. I wasn't able to bid on the GOAT Giannis Antetokounmpo. I had to rip packs praying that I would get him, and I never got him. I got lucky that I ended up packing GOAT Wemby, but this year, because I didn't open packs and I didn't spend my MT, I never had the opportunity to use any Wemby outside of, I guess, the Emerald and maybe the Amethyst that we got for like season 1, like 3 or 4 seasons ago. Or sorry, not season 1, level 1, 3 or 4 seasons ago. I never used the Pink Diamond, I never used the Opal, I never used the 100 or the Invincible or the GOAT card. So I wanted to put a bid on Wemby to try to get him on, along with some other cards that I'm going to show you guys in a little bit. But I just wanted to get that out of the way, and hopefully if you're watching this video and you're in a similar place that I am in, where you have a decent amount of MT and you do want to rip packs, because ripping packs is fun, but you also want to try out a couple of cards just for fun, just to have them in your lineup before this game comes to an end, I would strongly recommend that you at least consider buying some of the players, or maybe just one player who you really wanted to get from the GOAT set, who the odds are really, really low for. Like if you have the MT for a Yao Ming or a Victor Wembanyama and you've not used either card this year, the odds of you getting one of them out of the 2 million MT you're going to spend on packs is pretty slim. But if you were to bid on him on the auction house and you win him, obviously you're guaranteeing yourself that you're going to get to use that Wemby or that Yao Ming card in games until you want to stop playing for whatever the reason is, whether it's because you play the game until 20 days from now when 2K26 comes out, or whether it's just because you want to take a break a week or two before the new game comes out and you just want to mess around with those players for a week. It doesn't matter. We can't carry over this MT into 2K26. So, okay, I'm done yapping. Let me quickly open up. I have an Invincible pack I want to open up real quick that I got from the agendas. I got the GOAT pack done as well. This pack is going to be opened in part 1 of my pack and play series that I'm doing with Harry. That video should hopefully drop on Monday. We'll see if I can drop it on Monday. I'm going to aim for that because I want to do the gameplay with Harry on Wednesday night. And then hopefully Thursday night we have the My Team podcast, the Broth Cindy My Team show coming out, so that Harry and I can discuss whatever they reveal in that My Team stream on Twitch. That should be coming this Thursday, I think, August the 14th. I want to say it's August 14th. Let's go ahead and open up this pack real quick. Invincible option pack. Can we see an Invincible that could actually make it to my team? I mean, probably not, unless we see like a Yao Ming or something. Let's see what we get here. We get 3 cards who I don't have, but I'm not really interested in any of these 3 cards. Chris Webber is not bad, a 6'10 small forward. We have Zach LaVine, who's a 6'5" point guard, shooting guard. Then we have Cade Cunningham, who is 6'6". I don't really know which one I would want the most. I may just pick Zach LaVine just for the vibes, for his 2K, what was it, 2K15 silver card. That card was a blast. I don't really care for Chris Webber or Cade Cunningham all that much. So Zach LaVine, I guess, welcome to the squad. We'll get this Rhythmic Dark Matter out of the way real quick as well, and then we'll get into the lineup, because I'm really excited to put that lineup together here. Let's flip this card over and quick sell it for 3,000 MT. Okay, so the lineup. This is what I left off with in my last King of the Court run. I got Chris Bosh from that Invincible, I think it was a locker code, a week or two ago, which is pretty dope. So let's get into it. My starting point guard and shooting guard are players that I enjoyed running with this year: Klay Thompson and Julius Erving. Julius Erving is going to be moved to the back of the bench. Klay Thompson, actually all of my players in this lineup that are not named Ralph Sampson are going to be leaving this lineup. So just, Julius Erving is going to be like in the reserves, my 11th, 12th, or 13th man. Ralph Sampson is going to be my backup power forward as of right now, I think. But the players that are going to be replacing these two are in my auction outcomes. I'm going to show you who they are in a sec. At the small forward position, I'm going to be benching Chris Bosh for Dirk. I'm not sure if I want to go with Dirk over Tim Duncan yet, but this Dirk card is the only hollow GOAT card I have, and he's 7 feet tall, which is, I think, an inch taller than Tim Duncan, so we're going to go with him. At the power forward position, we are going to go with Kristaps Porzingis. Ralph Sampson, we're going to keep him here for now because his replacement is in my auction outcomes. At the backup point guard position, as of right now, we're going to go with Penny Hardaway. I do want to buy Magic Johnson, I think, potentially. We'll have to see. But Penny's going to replace SGA, who I've loved running. I was honestly debating getting GOAT SGA, which maybe we will. He is a free agent. Or not free agent, I'm sorry. He's a buy now. I don't know why I confused buy now and free agent. That's crazy. Backup shooting guard, we are going to go to the auction outcomes for. Backup small forward will be Tim Duncan. My backup power forward, like I said, is going to end up being Ralph Sampson. And then my backup center is going to end up being Shaquille O'Neal, which is really dope. And then off the bench, this is going to be, Dr. J is going to go here. Larry Bird is going to go here. And then this is going to end up being Joel Embiid. Okay, now, I bought 4 players, right? We have 4 vacancies in my lineup: my starting point guard, my starting shooting guard, my starting center, and my backup shooting guard. I want to take you guys over for a moment here to this picture. So I ended up not winning this LeBron. So LeBron is not here. But I did end up winning a Carmelo Anthony for 41,500 MT. I ended up sniping him actually early this morning. So I've actually not shot with any of these cards because they're still sitting in my auction outcomes. But I just wanted to show you guys what my thought process was. I got Jokic. I bid 469,000 on Jokic, got him for 463. Bid 660 on KD, and he ended up going for 650 for me at that time. And I got Wemby for 2.45 million MT roughly, which is honestly pretty good. I saw him going for 2.7 late last night and early this morning. Maybe he'll drop down closer to 2.1, 2.2 million, but I will gladly take Wemby for 2.4 million because I was not going to be pulling him in packs. I had zero confidence I was going to get him out of any packs, given how bad the pack odds have been from what I've seen on YouTube, on Twitter, in my own experience. I was much better off if I wanted to use a Wembanyama card this year, buying a Wemby. We'll see if we end up liking him or not. And if not, I don't really care. The new game comes out in less than 3 weeks. I just wanted to have GOAT Wemby in my lineup. It is what it is. Let's get back on over now to the... Here we go. This should load back up shortly so we can show you guys my auction outcomes. This video is really running long. I apologize, guys. We're at 14 minutes for a lineup update video. Hopefully I can be more efficient with my time when I'm streaming for you guys in 2K26. But you can see them all right here. Victor Wembanyama, Nikola Jokic, Kevin Durant, and Carmelo Anthony. Let's go ahead and redeem all of these. I'm very excited to run with this lineup, man. Again, even if it's just for a couple of games today in King of the Court, and then I do want to do a couple of showdown games as well because I'm like in tier 12 or 13. So, starting point guard, as you guys can probably assume, is going to be Nikola Jokic. Yes, I know it's cheesy. I don't care. We have 3 weeks to go until the new game comes out. No one cares about this game anymore. So, starting shooting guard is going to be none other than Kevin Durant, another player who I've not gotten the opportunity to run with this year. Always love running with KD cards. Victor Wembanyama, my God, this starting five is insane. I think my shortest player in this lineup is Kevin Durant, who is 6'10". It's crazy. And then, as you guys could probably assume, off the bench, maybe we'll end up going with Dr. J eventually, but I wanted to go with my guy, Carmelo Anthony. We get the two GOATs that are New York Knicks players. At least I think those are the only two GOATs, right? I don't think Patrick Ewing has a GOAT card, right? Are there any other New York Knicks GOATs? I don't think so. Let's see. No, Luka, Kawhi. No, I think, yeah, that's it. That's all we have. I don't know what other GOAT cards I would want to get. Again, I may want to get Magic Johnson or Luka Doncic just to have as my backup point guard. I'm obviously looking at LeBron as my backup point guard as well. I think I want to get either the 100 Invincible or GOAT LeBron and Giannis's just to have them, just to, again, trick out this lineup for the end of the year, just so I can, if I want to go back to 2K25 just for a fun random video next year, I can go back and look at my lineup and be like, damn, this lineup is actually crazy, even though I only ran with them for like 30 minutes in 2K25 MyTeam. So yeah, that's the lineup right now. If I really wanted to, I could replace Ralph Sampson with, Joel Embiid and then put in another GOAT card so I can have a lineup with 13 GOATs. But I want to be honest with you guys. If I was seriously running in King of the Court today, this would be the lineup that I would run with, and I want to try out all these new cards just for fun. So I'm fully expecting to go into King of the Court and, to see a bunch of super sweaty lineups. So we'll see what it looks like. Again, just want to play a couple of games for fun. The rewards for King of the Court don't look good at all right now, so not going to really sweat it. Just wanted to get a couple of games in. Maybe I'll even record one of the games. We'll see. But yeah, appreciate you guys. Thank you for rocking with me. Best of luck in your King of the Court runs if you guys are playing, and just in general, my one piece of advice when it comes to my team this late in the year, I talked about it earlier. If you want to rip packs, because that's more enjoyable for you, rip packs. If you want to use the top end players and you have the MT for them, don't rip packs. We have an auction house. Go out and buy the cards and then just have fun with them, man. Like, I'm gonna enjoy Wembanyama for maybe like a day or two, and then that's it. He's gonna just rot away in my lineup until the game servers go off in like a year. So yeah, it is what it is. Appreciate you guys. Love you all. Until next time, I'll see you later.